Hello there, grade 3. Okay, so for today, we are going to learn about multiplication. Actually, the logic of multiplication. Why are there times that we just tend to say 5 times 6, 5 times 7, 7 times 8, 9 times 3? What is the logic behind that? Okay, so sometimes we have this multiplication sentence, no, which can also be adapted to addition sentence. Okay, let's try to observe this. Meron tayong multiplication sentence. And we also have the addition sentence. Okay, so unahin muna natin ang multiplication sentence. For example, in this case, no, aburahin ko na lang muna itong addition sentence kasi medyo or it's better if I'm gonna put it side by side instead. Multiplication sentence and addition sentence. Okay, so for a multiplication sentence, usually how we deal with it is we first count or check if the number of units inside are the same. So for example, you can see we have 6 groups. And if we are going to observe, there are equal number of units inside for each group. Okay. The proper way to do this is to group them first according to their number of group. Then you multiply it to the number of units. Okay? But in multiplication, you should know that units or the other way around will still give you the same answer. Which means if you're going to exchange the values of a multiplicand and a multiplier, this will still give you the same answer. So try muna natin ha. Let's try the first one first. Yung group. How many groups do you see? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 groups multiplied to the number of units per group. Number of units per group, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we now have a multiplication sentence which says 6 times 5. And if you have memorized your multiplication table, the answer here will be 30. Okay? Now, let's try to do this part. Doing it the other way around, which is 5 times 6. Doing so should still give you the correct answer, which is 30. Okay, let's prove. Let's prove this one first. I-prove natin to that it's 30. Okay, we have 6 groups. This is it. This model represents the model that we have there on top. Okay, 6 groups, 5 units per group. 6 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5 units per group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then let's count. Continue counting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now, what if we are going to do it the other way around? For example, 5 groups. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many units in each group? 6. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, this is now to prove this part. If 5 times 6 is really 30. So we have again 5 groups. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's correct. And for each unit, for each group, we have 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue counting. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay? Which now gives us basically the same answer as this one. So which then proves that 6 times 5 and 5 times 6 are just the same. Okay. Ano naman to ngayon ang addition sentence? Addition sentence is written according to how the model is given. So tingnan nyo to. It's like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups, right? It's like we have 1, 2, 3. Can I just erase the part no para we will have more space? This is for addition sentence. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? 6 groups, no? Then, how many units tayo kada isang group? It's 5. So, we have 5 here, 5 there. So, this is basically the relationship between multiplication and addition sentence. And if you're going to add this sentence, it will give you 30. Okay, just the same as this one. Dito sa baba, ito. If we're going to do the addition sentence of this one, we have 5 groups. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for each group, we have 6 units. That's 6 here, 6 here, 6 here, 6 there. And if you're going to add that this will surely give you 30. Okay? So that's the difference between multiplication sentence and addition sentence. Not just the difference, but also how they are related. Okay? We can relate multiplication and addition sentence. Okay, so that's that's the basic understanding of multiplication. Okay? That's why we multiply. That's why numbers are multiplied as 7 times 3, 7 times 4, 7 times 8. So, ganyan. Okay? So, kunwari lang yung given nga natin kanina. We have 6 times 5, which will give you 30. Now, what if this blank is given, multiplied to 5, that will give you 30? Diba kasi usually ganyan man yan. This is blank. 6 times 5 will give you blank. But you already know that the answer here is 30. Now, blank times 5 is equivalent to 30. Now, what's our blank? In other words, you can ask yourself, what will you multiply with 5 that will give you 30? Okay, obviously, in this case, you already know the answer because it's already there. Okay? So, alam na natin that it's 6. Okay? So, let's try daw another number na yung hindi given. Let's say blank times 3 will give you 12. Ano kaya magiging sagot natin dito? Okay? What do you think will you multiply with 3 that will give you 12? Ano kaya? Let's try to group by 3 daw. Try natin i-group. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, this is just to show you. Kung mapansin nyo, we have now reached 12. And how many groups do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we now have an answer of 4. Okay? So it means that 4 times 3 is 12. This is the logical way, but you are not supposed to do it this way. Okay? Kasi nga at your age, kayo, grade 3, especially kayo, kasi you are very smart. Mga matatalino kayo. Your group is very matatalino, intelligent. Okay, so you should be able to memorize na the multiplication table instead. Okay? Dapat lang. Kasi last year, Teacher Mark asked you to memorize pero hindi nyo na-memorize. Okay. So, please lang. Okay? So, that's basically it. So, imagine nyo lang, if it's 4 times blank equals 12, how will you do that? Diba? Basically the same. The same logic lang. But since it's already there, you get the logic. What will you multiply with 4? That will give you 12. So, it's already given. Okay? Okay, for your page 66, you have a certain activity there na medyo mahirap intindihin. I mean, it's easy, but the logic is medyo malabo for you, especially for you sa mga kids, no? So let's say for number 1, I will help you with that. We have 9 times 6 equals blank. It has 5 times 6 equals blank. 4 times 6 equals blank. And therefore, again, rewriting 9 times 6 equals blank plus blank, which will give you your final answer. Okay? So, first things first, dito is question mark yan. But of course, if you already know the answer, kasi nga, if you memorized, or if you can still remember, then alam nyo paano yan. Okay? Okay, so dito muna tayo. So, it's basically like breaking down. If you notice, we have 9, ni-break down siya to 5 and 4. That's why we have this, and you have this. It's like taking part by part. And all you have to do now is to put them together to get the answer. Okay? Depende kasi yan eh. A technique kasi yan. So, we now have 5 times 6. So, obviously, this is more work, no? Kasi you can answer immediately. Medyo paligoy pa talaga on how to, you need to get this, to get that. If you did not memorize 9 times 6, hindi nyo rin most likely alam ang 4 times 6, 5 times 6, kung hindi nyo ni-memorize. Okay, but this is again just to show us the logic that you can break down a multiplication sentence that can end up to a addition sentence and will give you the final answer. Okay, 5 times 6, assuming that you already know the multiplication table, will give you 30. 4 times 6 will give you 24. And we have 30 here plus 30, 24 here. So, ito kasi yung finifill up natin. We are filling this up here and also this one here. Okay, all you have to do now is to add 30 plus 24, which will give you 54. Diba? Complicating the simple multiplication process. Pinapahirapan pa kayo. So, and then again, it's just to show you the logic on how multiplication works, that you can break it down. Kasi, yun na nga, it's easier to multiply numbers with 5. So, that's why 5 is one of those numbers that are easy to memorize. Kasi madali lang siya. So, anyway, again, so that's for 1, 2, 3. Ganyan yung process sa 1, 2, 3. For number 4, 5, 6 naman, still the same page, 66, iba na naman ang process. Okay? Let's say for number 4, I will help you na that I'm not going to make use of the example given. So, we have 6 times 6. Diba dapat alam nyo na yung sagot dyan? 10 times 6. 4 times 6. We have 6 times 6 again, which will give you a number, and subtract it to a certain number, which will lead you to your final answer. Okay, nandito na naman tayo. Again, but for this one, question mark pala to. Assuming that you do not know what 6 times 6 is. But you know what 10 times 6 and 4 times 6 is. O, tinan nyo? The logic of math. Okay, then again, if kanina the logic is to break down 9 to 5 and 4, this one is basically, for example, nga meron tayong 6, no? Kung i-break down natin, not actually breaking down, but if you have the maximum number of 10, what will you, if you're going to remove 6 from 10, this will give you 4. That's why meron tayong 4 dyan. Okay? So, it's 10 minus 4. Ganun yung process kanina. Dito naman kanina sa taas is plus. 5 plus 4, dito naman is 10 minus 4. Ganun lang yung logic nila dyan. Okay, so assuming that you do not know 6 times 6, and but you know what 10 times 6 is, 10 times 6 will give you 60. And you also know what 4 times 6 is, same kanina. 4 times 6, we have 24. Then, using it with the subtraction sentence, parang similar lang to the addition sentence. Okay. So we have 60 minus 24. And this will be able to give you an answer of ilan? 36 in total. Okay? So that's your activity for page 66. Okay, so the following activities, the following pages are basically just the same as what we did. But what we discussed earlier is under the table of 6, multiplication table of 6. While for ito naman dito ngayon, the rest of the pages will be about multiplication table of 7, table of 8, and table of 9. But you will stop at page 70. Okay? So you will start at page 63 and stop at page 70. Okay? So that's your activity for today lang. Yan lang gagawin ninyo. Okay? So that's it. Bye-bye. Have a good day ahead.